Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of R.I.S.E Program Network. Here we talk about issues that affect victims of crime. So we've been talking about child sexual abuse. Please go to our social media pages at R.I.S.E Support on Instagram and R.I.S.E Program Network on Facebook to get the full gist. This is very important information, so please don't just keep it to yourself. Share, spread the word, let everyone know about it because it can save a child from being sexually molested. So, we've been talking a lot about factors that increases child vulnerability to sexual assault. Now, don't get me wrong. No child is to be blamed for being sexually assaulted, but there are certain behavior and certain factors that increases this likelihood, So we've been talking about them a lot, and today we're going to talk about one that I find very disturbing, not to mention, not to say the least. It is twerking. I don't know. Most of us should know what twerking is. When you dance, you hold your hands, put your hands on your hips, and you do the dancing like this and all of that. I don't know how to dance as good as the video vixens, but I really like it. I think it's really nice and sexy, but not for a child. I always feel uncomfortable when I see children twerking at birthday parties. I know that it is just a dance in quotes, but it's just very suggestive. So I don't think it's okay for a child to be exposed and encouraged to dance like that. Besides, they are not born twerking. They learn these dance steps from somewhere, which is why I stated that children should not be exposed to X-rated media. By X-rated media, I also mean musical videos that show dance steps like this. When a child is watching Nicki Minaj all day, what else? That's this dance step they will learn now. And if you think that they're only going to be dancing this in the privacy of your home, you are dead wrong. Have you been to children's parties of late? You need to see 5, 6, 7, 8 children twerking, doing all sort of things that, in fact, you just be looking like, what's going on? Even as a normal person, when I say normal person, as someone who is not and never will be a child molester, you're like, what is going on here? Much more someone who is. There are twisted minds out there. They don't even see it as innocent anymore. They will see it as an invitation, as most of them have confessed to seeing it like that. So we really need to be careful what we expose our kids to. And even if they go outside and see one auntie twerking, you should be able to explain to them that this dance, it is not for you. It's not appropriate for your age group, and let them know why. You really need to let them know so that they know not to try this somewhere outside or somewhere else. It's quite crazy like that. The world has changed. No, let me not say the world has changed. The media has just shown us the severity of child abuse cases. I believe children have been molested since time immemorial. We just didn't have data at that time to show it. So even though we can claim that, or we can say that these dances are even cultural, most of our traditional dances, there's twerking involved. Yes, I agree with that, but the child is innocent and is displaying a dance step that is sexually suggestive, whether we like it or not. There are people who will not understand that, who would not take it as innocent, who will think it's an invitation, and who we must protect the child from. So please, I am appealing to parents out there. Twerking is not cool for children. I don't care what the statistics say or how nice the dance is or whatever reason you have to say. I personally do not like when I see kids twerk. It's very uncomfortable and it places them at risk. So please be careful what your kids watch. Be careful what they listen to. Be careful what you do. Because as we've been explaining on our social media pages, all of these things can increase their risk of being sexually abused. So till I come your way next time, remember, I do not have anything against twerking. Just that I do not like, or I do not think, or in fact, it is not appropriate for kids to twerk.